Okay, welcome to this lesson on creating a series, something called autofill. And in this one, I've created already a new worksheet. I've got the tab here, so I clicked on the plus, it said sheet whatever number, I double clicked and I changed it to creating a series. And what I've then gone and done is added some data into these cells, as you can see here. And we're going to work with these at the moment. What we're going to do is I'm going to click onto the cell here, and I'm going to notice that when I click on the cell, not only is it the active cell, but down at the bottom right hand corner is a small green, in this case green, square. And if I move my mouse over top of it and I'm very gentle about it, it changes to this small black plus sign. And that's really important. Usually the Excel one is this large white shadowed plus cell, and if I go to the cell, it changes on the edges to this arrow, which we'll look at much later on. But this bottom right hand corner is very special. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click, hold my left mouse button down, and I'm going to pull this downwards. And what that has successfully done is completed this series. What it's done is taken this one and replicated it all the way down. Now that's really nice. That means that I can put one piece of data in and replicate it. Let's have a look at that again. I've got another one here. Go to the bottom right hand corner, click with the left hand mouse button, hold the left hand mouse button down and drag the mouse downwards until I get to where I want, and then let go of the mouse button, and that occurs there. So that's really nice. Have you noticed this keeps popping up? This little box, you'll see it quite frequently. It's got context related menu options. I'm just going to click on the little arrow to the side, and I've got fill series. So it's done something called copy cells. That's the option that's been ticked. But I've actually got fill series. Let's see what that does. Now what this has done is it's recognized that there is a gap, that it's decided to increment these numbers by 1 each time. So instead of selecting the cells and then on that menu option that's there, this one here, instead of leaving it as copy cells, I can do fill series and it will fill them all in. But I don't have to do a whole series of ones and then do that. I could click, hold the mouse button down, select 2 cells just like we did before, let go of the mouse button, now go to the bottom right hand corner, click again, hold the mouse button down, and then slowly bring the mouse down. Because the first 2 numbers I had were in a sequence, Excel, I've just let go of the mouse button, has recognized that there's a gap of 1 between these, and it's then completed the series. That means that I can choose something like 1 and 3, which is a gap of 2 between it, and it replicates that further. I've also got 1 to 9 here, a gap of 8, and it will replicate that as well. I don't have to just do this with numbers. Here's a date, and I can pull the date down and it's changed all the days of the week. Now I might not want the days of the week. Well, let's look at this menu again. Now it's recognised as a date and it's done fill series, but it did fill days. I've now told it to fill months, so it's changed the decision and it's changed it to the months have changed. Or I could tell it to fill years and it's changed the years for me. So this little menu is worth looking at and exploring. There are other options available to us. For example, let's do the 1, 2 again. I'm going to select them like I did last time, but this time, though I do go to the bottom right hand corner of both cells, you can see it there, little square, I'm now going to right click and hold the right hand mouse button down, and now I'm going to continue down. I'm now going to let go. I'm now given options before it populates. There's the fill series again, but look at this, I've got growth trend. If I just simply say fill series, that's going to do a linear trend, 1, 2, 3, 4, as we did in the 1, 3, 5, 7 and the 1, 9, 17. But let's have a look at growth trend. Now, that's noticed that there's a multiple of 2 here, that there's a growth between here. So it's actually doubling the numbers each time. And so if I choose 1 and 3 again, I go to the bottom right hand corner, I click the right hand mouse button, hold it down, drag the mouse downwards, get to the bottom, let go of the right hand mouse button, and then choose growth. And I can see it's now doing multiples of 3. So I have these options available to me. But what else could I do with this? Well, and actually there's a lot more we can do with these, but for what we need, we're just going to look at some of the nicer examples. And one of the ones I really like is the fact that I can do this. I've put the word Monday in. I don't have to go down. I can always click, this is left hand mouse button, and I can always put it to the side, and you can see from the help what's happening. It fills in the days of the week. What about, well, I don't have to remember how to spell February or anything else. It will do it for me. But we computer scientists are lazy. Why write January when I can write Jan? And it will replicate those. Why write Monday when I can write Mon? And it can replicate those. So there are a number of things I can do with the fill series. And the fill series is really good with working with data. And it's really good with working with formulae. But you might be sitting there saying, well, what's a formulae? Well, the good news is that's what you're going to find out in the next lesson. I hope that's been useful. See you next time. Bye.